When you asked me early on, about an hour ago or so, about whether someone could celebrate, I said either myself or someone else. What I did not mention that the risk you were taking is that I'm going to deliver you the same sleepy homily I gave 7:15 in the morning today when I was barely...
But then you had practice. I've been surprised at 7 a.m. in the morning and having to preach.
The good Lord can make miracles. Let's hope for that one. As you know, I heard a very lively young priest in Toledo that had one of those websites, very popular, about 2,000 people a day. That's a lot, especially for unbelieving Spain nowadays. And I usually try to take a look at here to listen to and to see him as well. And yesterday his comment was that clearly there are two very dear words that the good Lord in the New Testament clearly has for us. And statistically, according to this, he's a scripture scholar, the first one is, do not be afraid. By the way, tomorrow we celebrate John Paul II. No tengan miedo. That was John Paul II. That was the beginning of his. So that is one that in the gospel we would hear from the Lord again and again. Before and after the resurrection, even more. Do not be afraid. The second one, certainly at the beginning of the preaching of the gospel, and not alone the gospel, is be ready, be prepared, don't get sleepy, avoid la land, be accountable. That's the yesterday parable, the one today, the one, if not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, it's that word of the Lord. And we know that it's called forth. We are called the church militant. I believe we are the church militant until we are called. Then we will be the La Iglesia Triunfante, the triumphant church. But here is the church militant. Why militant? Because there are many enemies. Personal enemies of our salvation. The church has so many enemies nowadays. They're sprinkling everywhere and causing havoc and concern. So we go back to the first word of the Lord. Do not be afraid. But today, the word comes to us today. Be sure of this, if the master of the house had known the hour, etc. He would have been better prepared. He wouldn't have let the thief come in. But this morning, let me go back to this morning, I know I chose to pay attention to the last word here. Much will be required of the person entrusted with much. And still more will be demanded of the person entrusted with more. I might take the one I shared with the 10 brothers and sisters present there was this. When I was trying to get my heart ready to celebrate Mass and to have a few words for them, I don't know why it came so strongly to my heart that I've been entrusted this year with the pastoral care of the 6th graders. The best of the school, I tell you, the best. Not because Jose Perez is there, but also because Jose Perez is there. They're the best of the school. Still, if I would be honest with you, I believe that the 6th graders are really not the most important part of the school. I mean, I suppose I have never aspired to so much, but to be the counselor of the seniors perhaps would be more of a trustworthy position or whatever. Still, what was in my heart is, hey, Willie, You have been trusted with much. 173 sixth graders. What a treasure. What responsibility. Most of them still so innocent, so eager, so fresh, so loving with regards to the Lord, with regards to... And I couldn't help it but to remember that on Monday, the feast of St. John de Brebeuf, Isaac Jogues and companions martyrs, French Jesuit martyrs in North America, 3 of them in what is in the state of New York today, and the others in Canada, in the lower part of Canada. John de Brebeuf, in one of his letters, I remember well, after baptizing a baby, for a long time the Indians would only allow them to baptize children. Those Indians were difficult to embrace the gospel. But they will allow the missionaries, after being with them for a while, beginning to gain their affection, the Huron Indians would allow the baptism of children. And in one of his letters, he wrote something like this. That's why I know, and now I pass it on to you. Probably you already know. I would have come all the way from France to this wilderness to baptize one baby. I would have done it if only to baptize one baby. This is someone who has understood what it is to be entrusted with much. I think my heart, what I have now for you is, you have been entrusted with much. Your family. You have not been entrusted with a parish, with the care of the whole of the agrupación or whatever. No, you have been entrusted with much. Your family, your wife, your children, your neighbor. We have been entrusted with much. The Lord has trusted us with the gospel. Still more will be demanded, but also, and let's stop here now. Blessed the servants, let's bring it to plural. Blessed are those servants whom his master on arrival finds them doing so, taking care of those he entrusted you with. Blessed are you, my brothers. I know you are doing that in so many ways. Just don't allow the thief to take away your attention from the gospel, from those the good Lord has entrusted you to. Que así sea.